Hello and welcome to the channel. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Really appreciate it. So let's get into the story. So Xbox won't have exclusive going forward. It's been claimed. Well, that's no surprise. Microsoft has slowly been, putting out games on PlayStations, etc., etc. So it's just a matter of time before they decide to put all the games on PlayStation consoles, whether it's Gears, whether it's Halo, like Forza, it doesn't matter what game that they want to put on other platform. And that makes sense because at the end of the day, it's all about the almighty dollar. You know what I mean? It's all about money. Money, how much can we generate? We can make this amount of money if we put our games on other platforms. And that's what they're thinking. They're thinking long term. They're not thinking short terms. Yes, they may lose some audiences, but you can literally play any Microsoft game that's on Game Pass on pretty much any platform as long as you have great internet. You can do that. You know, you can play it on your handheld mobile device. You can play it on your TV. You have a Samsung TV that has the Xbox Hub on there, so you can literally stream Xbox games right there. You can stream Xbox games on freaking Fire Sticks. You know what I mean? So they are not really concerned about their fans that are been there loyal for a long time. I've been a fan of Xbox for an extremely long time. Like I didn't have a PlayStation. Well, let me take that back. I had a PlayStation 2 a long time ago. And then I always just had my Xbox. I was there for the Xbox 360 era, which was, peak. Besides all the bullshit that was going on, besides the red ring and all that stuff that's going on with it, I was there. And then, of course, I got my Xbox One, and then I also have the Xbox One X, the what is it called? The with more performance in there. I got an Xbox One X, and then I've also got an Xbox Series X that I bought. And of course, I think right around Xbox One era, that's when I purchased my first PlayStation console. I didn't have a PS3. I bought a PS4 because I wanted to play the exclusives. That was the main reason that I purchased a PlayStation, was for the exclusive. And of course, that a couple of years go by, the PlayStation 5 comes out. Of course, I had to have one, so I purchased myself the PlayStation 5. And most of the time I was just gaming on my Xbox. Xbox was my all-around console, and then the PlayStation would just work as my first party games for PlayStation. So now most of the time I'm on my PC playing games on my PC because you can play Xbox games on your PC. You can play it pretty much anywhere. So going forward, Microsoft going full third party, I'm not surprised. And the fact that you can also now play games that you own, that's crazy. So you don't really need a console anymore. And some fans are, upset about what's been happening with Xbox and their directions because it was getting kind of confusing at times. But anyway, enough about my history. Let's go back to the article. So, according to Windows Central executive editor Chaz, who discussed his understanding of Microsoft first-party strategy in Series X post this weekend, Xbox won't have exclusives going forward. Everything is timed exclusive at most, he claimed. If some games are exclusive, it's going to be incidental at best. The case-by-case argument is by and large going to be multi-platform timed. And while maybe a few outliers, Cordone added, according to a user who said they didn't believe Xbox upcoming Fable game would come to PlayStation, Cordone wrote, the game is monstrosity expensive, and it might not be day one, but it'll come with current plan in place, in my honest opinion. Xbox announced in February plans to bring a wave of games to PlayStation and Nintendo Switch in what appears to be significant change of its strategy, starting with Pentiment, Hi-Fi Rush, Sea of Thieves, and Grounded. Later, Microsoft announced Dark Ages, Indiana Jones. Last month, Microsoft Gaming CEO Spencer reiterated that company won't rule out any first-party exclusive coming to rival platforms in Nintendo. Nintendo has always been like the one console, like they're out of the fight, but yet they're making way more money than both companies. They're just doing their own thing. They're minding their own business in the sideline and just focusing on their own platform. And I applaud Nintendo for that because Nintendo's making money. Matt Booty, Microsoft president of game content and studios, also said Variety this month, we're currently very much making the exclusivity and windowing decision on game by game basis, and of each of our studios is in a little bit of a different position. There's also the production timeline on a game, so the decision on spacing comes there first. We want to make sure there's great experience for our Xbox players, and the gap between when it becomes available on PlayStation is a much of a production decision as it is anything else. So there you guys have it. I mean, I'm not really surprised. At the end of the day, the only thing that these big corporations have in mind is growth and making money. And Microsoft is, a business. They're in the business of making as much money as they can to generate wealth for their, shareholders. So they have to do whatever they need. They don't really give a shit about console wars or give a shit about their fans. They don't care. They just want to make as much money as you can. That's why don't be loyal to a freaking corporations that doesn't know your name or doesn't know you in a first name basis. At the end of the day, the whole point of the corporation is to generate revenue, as much of it as possible. And for me, this seems like the way to go eventually. We're going to get to the point where we don't even need consoles anymore, and Microsoft has been planting that seed and watering it, gradually. We're just gonna hit that peak one day, and boom, consoles are gone. You're streaming everything. You don't own anything. But let me know your comments below. As always, make sure to like and subscribe.